For some crazy reason, my wife wanted me to replace our existing mailbox. I don't understand. This one's quite handsome. It's serviceable. It works. I mean, what's the problem? But sometimes the wife is correct, so I did, after all, replace our mailbox with this one, and I'm going to show you how I built it step by step. I'm going to cut up 18 or 9 per side pieces of lumber that are each 2 feet long by 3.5 inches tall by 3/4 inches wide. And this is just standard pine or whiteboard. We're going to hit it with a couple of coats of latex paint so it will have protection from the elements. And then we'll arrange 9 of these pieces on scrap lumber cross pieces. Here's the back side. Here's the invisible side, that is. And I'm using 1 or 2 Torx bolts or screws on each piece of lumber to attach it to the cross piece. There's the finished side. And of course we have 2 sides, and then we'll have the front and the back. Roughly half of the lumber you see in this project is scrap lumber. Of course the rest I purchased at a hardware store, but I'm using a lot of scrap where I can, frankly because I'm able to for this particular project. In fact, those cross pieces and this piece right here are both scrap pieces of lumber. That's a shot of the front of this mailbox stand. Here's a shot of the back. We'll come around here and you can see I'm using Torx screws to attach these scrap pieces of lumber to the side pieces, and that's just to give points of attachment for the front and back pieces of my mailbox stand. I added quarter round pieces to the front and back portions of this mailbox stand because I wanted to mask the uneven cuts of the side pieces. If we go to the back, you can see that not everything is exactly lined up. It's a little tiny bit off. Using quarter rounds to mask that lack of precision is easier than trying to get the cuts exactly right on a table saw. All right, here I'm attaching the front portion of the stand, and I'm making measurements to make sure that the screws line up properly with the scrap pieces I'm using to attach the sides to the front and back. I'm going to install this new mailbox stand onto new spikes into the ground, but I'm going to leave our existing mailbox post in place because that'll add more stability to this new stand. Because of that, I'm going to leave the back portion of this stand off. Of course, I'm attaching the front, and then I can just leave the back off and then wrap the stand around the existing post. All right, once I had the stand almost complete, I positioned the new mailbox on top of it. That way I could measure up these additional side pieces. They'll add some aesthetics to the overall stand, and I just used scrap pieces once again to attach these back pieces, that is pieces behind the mailbox, to the sides of the mailbox stand. And then I'll just place them like so and screw everything together once again with Torx screws. As you take a look inside this project, you can see there's just enough room to access nuts to attach the mailbox itself to the wooden plank that it fastens to. There's a close-up. You can see the box attaches to that wooden plank. And what I did was I got inside this particular mailbox, which had plenty of pre-drilled holes, and I just traced through those holes onto the plank of wood below it, so I knew where to drill holes for the bolts to attach the box to the wooden plank. Now this is key because I need to attach the plank to the rest of the wooden mailbox stand before I attach the actual metal mailbox to the plank. I pre-drilled 8 holes using my drill press. I only used 4 of those holes to attach the mailbox, the metal mailbox that is, to the stand. So 4 of these holes, of course, were not used, mainly because they were kind of out of the range of where I could access them, where I could access the nuts to attach the bolts. I applied 2 coats of paint, and I wanted to get as much of the assembly of the wooden stand as completed as possible before placing this assembly on the curb. And now comes the most fun part of this whole operation. That's right, tossing this ugly monstrosity away. You can see the post that the old mailbox was attached to is pretty much rotted. I easily pulled it out of the ground. It didn't take much effort. Away you go. God, is that awful looking. After I built the stand, I wanted to create a cardboard template to measure up where I wanted to place the spikes. So I just took a random piece of cardboard I had sitting around, and I traced around it. I traced around the base of the mailbox stand, and then I used a razor knife to cut around the trace, and then I had a template to measure up where to put the fence post spikes. A little easier to use this template than to try to measure everything up using the completely built up stand. Here's a quick demo. Of course, these spikes are already in the ground, but before I placed them in the ground, I used this cardboard template to measure up where they needed to go so that I could properly mount the mailbox stand to the spikes, to the 2x4 pieces in the spikes, that is. Now, these are for use for decks, for fence posts, and for mailboxes, and they are seriously heavy duty, very thick gauge steel, very strong stuff. Very good construction. I'll put a link to these below in the comments. And I just wanted to make sure that they fit inside the mailbox stand, and they do. The actual spike portions of these pieces of hardware measure 18 inches. Get yourself a sledgehammer if you don't already have one to hammer these bad boys into the ground. And you want to take a hose and waterlog the area where you're going to install your mailbox. I let the ground soak for at least an hour, and that softened up the ground. Made these spikes a lot easier to hammer into the ground. Of course, I'm measuring up where I want to put the back spike. I've already used the cardboard template to measure up where I wanted to install the front spike. And of course, the front spike is in place, and now I'm just going to position the back spike and hammer away. Sorry about the noise, neighbors. Anyway, this is a great way to get some exercise on a weekend afternoon. By the way, I'm using one of the 2x4s that will eventually go into the tops of these spikes. Here's a close-up view of those 2x4s. I've got two pairs of 2x4s. They're roughly about 15-16 inches each, and I just bolted them together and then placed them in the spikes like so. And then I drilled a hole through the steel and then attach these 2x4 packages, if you will, to the tops of these spikes using Torx bolts. The plan is to attach the actual wooden stand, the housing, for lack of a better term, to these 2x4s to really plant the stand in place. Once everything is attached, once everything is bolted together, the mailbox will not be going anywhere. Here's a pro tip. I plan to do all this work that is involving the spikes on a Sunday because, of course, there's no mail delivery on Sunday, and I just wanted to give myself some breathing room so I could take breaks and just basically goof off in between drilling and bolting and all that fun stuff. I took a few days building the housing, so that part, you can take your time doing the housing portion. But once you remove your old mailbox, you got to get a new one in place because, hey, you don't want to miss out on your junk mail, obviously. Now I'm positioning the new mailbox stand in place, and I want to make sure it's nice and level before attaching the stand to the 2x4s. So I'm just going to level everything up, and that means leveling things front to back and side to side. I had to use a couple of pieces of scrap wood to get the stand nice and level. Slow down, buddy. It's not a freeway. All right, I pre-drilled holes through the housing into the 2x4s inside, and then I used spikes to attach the stand to the 2x4s. Okay, we're in the home stretch. We can see light at the end of the tunnel. I've attached the front portion of the mailbox stand. Now I need to attach the back portion. And so once again, I'm going to make sure everything's good and level. And I'm going to pre-drill a couple of holes in the back panel. And once I do that, I'll be able to insert a couple of 3.5-inch Torx headed spikes into the housing, and those will attach into the 2x4s inside. Since I know the tops of the 2x4s sit about 15 inches off the ground, I'm going to measure about 10-11 inches off the ground. That is where I want to install the two spikes. So one is going to sit about 11 inches off the ground, and the other one's going to sit an inch below, 10 inches off the ground. And then I'll have two quite serious 3.5-inch spikes attaching this housing to the 2x4s within, and this thing will be very secure. I used 4 1/4 inch, 3.5 inch Torx headed spikes, 2 up front, 2 in the back. I made sure they were longer so that they would bite into the 2x4s within. To finish up, I just need to spackle over some of the visible screw heads and then slap on an extra coat of paint on the back panel, and we're done. All right, let's talk expenses. I dropped $115 on the mailbox itself, and then I spent another 100 roughly on materials for the stand, lumber, and hardware. I also purchased a little bit of paint, spent $10 on that. Now, the reason I bring up expenses is because I found this online. So you can drop $1,000 or the equivalent of a car payment on your own mailbox, or you can build it yourself for a fraction of that. Your choice. So if you have a spouse who's bugging you to buy a new mailbox, go build one and save yourself a little bit of money. If this video helps you with your mail delivery problems, please subscribe to my DIY home improvement channel, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.